If you speak on stage or are building towards it, this video is specifically for you. Before your first slide, before your first keynote, before you walk onto the stage, the audience has already formed an opinion about you. And what you're wearing is the first piece of information that they see about you. I've spent over a decade styling women for high visibility moments, keynotes, panels, TED Talk style stages, and corporate presentations. And I'm going to tell you exactly what works, what doesn't, and why, so that the next time you step on stage, your image is working just as hard as your content. Before we get to the actual outfits, let's talk about the non-negotiables, the things that apply to every speaker. The first non-negotiable is that your outfit cannot distract from the message. This is key. This is the prime directive of speaker dressing. If you don't learn anything else today, please learn this. If someone in the back row is thinking about your outfit instead of the content that you're sharing, then you already have a problem, because the goal is presence, not trends and not fashion. Now, what your clothing should do is make the audience feel your authority without actually making them aware of your clothing. That's the balance. The second non-negotiable is you must be able to move freely. If you're going to gesture, pace, possibly lean into the microphone, sit on a stool, or walk edge to edge on the stage, if your outfit requires management, such as tugging, adjusting, pulling, or thinking about, it is not a stage outfit. A stage outfit disappears the moment that you put it on, because your focus belongs to the audience, not what you're wearing. So if you are on stage thinking about, does this look right? Is it too tight? Do I have boob gap because the button on my shirt was popping open before I walked on stage? Those are things you should not be thinking about. If so, that is not the outfit for you. The third non-negotiable is it must read from the back of the room. A stage is a visual medium. The person in the last row should be able to read your presence, your energy, and your intention. That means color that has visibility, silhouette that has clarity, and patterns that don't blur or vibrate on camera. Which brings me to the camera rule. Whatever you wear on stage will be photographed and videoed. So check your outfit on camera before the event, because what reads beautifully in a mirror can read entirely different on camera. Fine strips cause a bit of vibration on camera. Certain patterns can blur the camera, and certain colors can shift. So be sure to check how you look on camera. Now, let's get into the outfits and what actually works for stages. First is the color anchor look, a rich, saturated color and a structured silhouette. This could be a nice jewel tone blazer over a trouser, or a rich burgundy blazer over a matching dress. One strong color can really say it all. And this is typically the outfit formula that I go to for most of my clients that do speaking events. Because color reads from every seat in the room. It photographs well without washing out. And it signals that you made a decision. It signals that you actually thought about your wardrobe before you went on stage. And that matters. If you happen to be speaking on a stage that has a lighter backdrop, then you want to avoid pastel colors. These tend to blend in. So my recommendation is to always go warm. Next is the structured dress. A structured sheath or wrap dress will hold silhouette throughout an entire presentation. You don't want any jersey, knit, or flimsy material that's going to shift and cling every time that you move. This works for speaking because fewer pieces means fewer variables. A dress eliminates the question of whether the top is staying tucked. It eliminates whether the button is popping open. One piece, one silhouette gives you full focus on delivering your message. For stages with strong lighting, you want to avoid anything that creates a shadow or bulk at the bust or hip. Ruffles or excessive draping can create shadows. Next is the power suit, and probably one of my favorites. A well-cut suit on stage is one of the most powerful visual statements a woman can make. A suit says, I am specific, I am deliberate, I didn't come here to play, I am about my business. And that's how you want to be seen when you're on stage. You want to be relatable, you want to be approachable, but you also want the audience to know that you're an expert, that you have the authority. For suiting, you can look for options that have a strong shoulder, a blazer that closes cleanly if you choose to keep it buttoned, a trouser that falls right above the heel so that you're not tripping on stage because the pants are too long. And you can pair that with something simple like a cami underneath so that it is not taking away from the suit. The color of the suit really is your choice, but I will say that some colors read differently than others. Black, while it's powerful, it also can sometimes read as being safe, which is why I go back to saying a nice, rich color usually pops on stage and still gives you that power and visibility moment. Depending on your audience and the message, I'll let you decide which you feels work. I'll let you decide which color you feel works best. However, while black is powerful, it can sometimes read safe. So my challenge to you is to find a nice power suit in a color. Now, here's what I want you to avoid. Avoid all black if you are against a dark backdrop. You will disappear. You want to make sure that you check the stage setup or ask questions regarding the layout of the stage. Do this before you commit to a color choice. Next, you want to avoid fine horizontal stripes. They vibrate on camera and they create visual noise, which can be hard if your audience is watching you virtually. Next, you want to avoid excessive jewelry that is going to be loud and clingy and clanky. You're likely going to record your keynote or your panel or wherever it is that you're speaking, because you're able to use that and distribute that across your content. Or if all you hear in the background is your bangles clashing up against each other, that's going to distract from your message. Also, avoid shoes that you've never worn before. This is not the time to bust out that new pair of Socates. Walk around your house in the shoes first and see how comfortable you feel. If you feel like you're tipping over, if your knee is about to go out, or you instantly feel unbalanced, do not wear them. You also want to avoid anything that requires adjustments mid-talk. So while you're at home, be sure to raise your arms, sit, and check to see where the length of your dress or your skirt stops while you're sitting. If anything shifts or is too revealing, then that is likely not your stage outfit. I want to leave you with this question that I ask every client before a speaking engagement. The question is not, what should I wear? The question is, what do I want the room to know about me? What do I want the room to feel when they see me on stage? Because this changes the tone. This allows you to start your outfit with intention because it starts with who you are and the assignment that you have, what you're going on stage for, your gift, your calling. Then you choose the outfit that visually carries that message. A speaker's outfit is not decoration. It is communication. Your content, meaning what you'll be speaking about, your topic, your message, that is what earns the respect of the room. Your image earns their attention before the content even has had a chance to be shown. Your image, however, earns their attention before the content even begins. Both matter, so you want to make sure that you're honoring both. If you have an upcoming speaking engagement, I'd love to know what your topic is and what you're thinking about wearing. I'll choose a few of the comments and give you my style eye perspective. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.